your thing, and don't post anything in a chat box. If you have any concern, doubts, anything, put in a WhatsApp group regarding technical, and regarding your subject concern, you can put in a chapter chat box. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please continue.
Yes, children, this is the topic from civic subject. The first lesson you have in this ninth grade is that what is democracy and why democracy. Children, you are aware of democracy right from your earlier classes. You have been learning about democracy. It is not new to you people, isn't it? And we are also in democratic nation, so very well you can understand all the pros and cons with dealing with democracy, isn't it? So firstly speaking, democracy is one type of government. It is one form of government. You can understand it very well. And among the forms of government, not only democracy, we have got many other forms of government. For example, we have got monarchy. In monarchy, again, it is furthermore divided into two types. That is either constitutional monarchy or absolute monarchy. And that is monarchy means, you know, the monarch is the head and he is the leader. He will be ruling the country. And it is the hereditary form of government. Right from an ancient period, medieval period, you have come across this monarchical form of government, isn't it? So among the other types of governments, monarchy is the best one. It was used, it has been in prominence in ancient and medieval periods. And next is dictatorship. You very well understand that dictatorship means he is the dictator. He'll be dictating wherever it is possible, and there is no people are not electing him, and he will come to power anonymously. He will be there and he will be doing whatever he wants at his will and wish. He will be ruling the country. That is the second form of government, is dictatorship. First is monarchy, second is dictatorship, and third one you will be also having communism. That means these are the types of government followed in almost all the countries in the world. But the best form of government, we think it is democracy, because we are in democratic nation. It does not mean that since we are in democratic nation, we are boasting about our type of government. But still, it is one type of government that we are going to learn from this lesson. That is, what is democracy? You know very well that particular phrase. You will be always coming into in touch with what is democracy. So first we'll see. Democracy is a word, Greek word derived from the Greek language. It is called demos, means the common people or people, and kratos means the strength. That means the power is in the hands of the people. Democracy means the common people will give permission to a representative or a leader. They will select or elect a leader in the form of elections. And that is what is democracy. And they will be appointed, they will be electing a representative. That representative, through the election form of government, that he will be appointed or elected, and the people will select that leader. The particular party comes to power in the elections, and whichever party is securing majority of votes, one representative from that party, either the members will be at their own will and wish, they'll be electing that particular person as a leader, and he becomes the representative of the country. You take up either in the country or nation wise, or the state wise also, we'll be having the same pattern as through democratic way of government. And now that is the first slide we have been coming across. The citizens have got every right. The power is in the hands of people, that they have mentioned about that right from the earlier ages when the democracy started. And citizens vote for their representative. That all you know, the majority of votes in the election system, that particular party or that one important representative will be selected as the leader. Sir, second slide. So children, coming back to this all types of or all forms of governments, many forms of governments are there. In that we have chosen in that particular lesson about democracy. And we will be speaking, we are not directly going to deal about what is democracy, what are the features of democracy, or in your topic, in this chapter, they have been dealing with other countries' governments. They are speaking about the advantages and disadvantages of that particular rule, and they will be stressing that how democracy is and how if democracy is not there, if it because there are other forms of government, and if you are stressing about democracy like that way, indirectly we are going to come to the point. So first, we'll be seeing here in army rules at Myanmar. where it is having the army or military rule. And in Chile, it is the dictatorship. And in Ghana, as well as in Poland, they have got communist form of governments. So you can very well understand that even in the world countries, there are different forms of governments. So democracy is not there. So you can understand that military rule is there, dictatorship is there, as well as communism is there in almost all the states, all the countries which I have mentioned. So democracy is not there. You can't call them as democratic nations. Children, where the democracy is there in any other nation, that particular nations are called as democratic nations. And where the people are not following democracy, that particular nations are called as non-democratic countries. So there is difference, vast difference between the democratic countries as well as the non-democratic countries. And you call those who are having the type of government as democracy, we call them as democratic nations. And those who are not following democracy and following monarchy, dictatorship, military rule, communism, those countries will be called as non-democratic nations. And coming back here, the king of Nepal and Saudi Arabia, they are the monarchical rulers, where monarchy is prevalent because they have been, right from the beginning, they belong to the royal family and they are ruling through monarchical form of government. Did you understand the slide? That we are not directly talking about democracy. We are talking about the other nations' form of governments. Before we have learned about the introduction, what type of governments are there, and directly we are not passing what is democracy. We are giving the examples, right? It is the textual content, like what is democracy and the other forms of government, and whatever the countries they have mentioned, what type of governments they are choosing. Next slide, sir.
Can you explain monarchy once again, like just a summary?
Monarchy means it is the hereditary form of government. The kings and kingship. In ancient period and medieval period, have you come across? We have got all ancient kingdoms, and in medieval period, Muslim rule dominated this country. For example, in India, we are speaking. Okay, so that is hereditary form of government. The king and kingship is called as monarchy. And later on in modern period, the monarchy was divided into two types. One is the constitutional monarchy, that is along with the king or queen. Through constitution, the people started ruling. And absolute monarchy means the king is the head of the country. Now coming back, we are going to deal in this lesson with what is democracy is over, and types of different forms of governments is over, and directly we are passing out to features of democracy. Among the features of democracy, major decisions are done by the elected leaders. That means in Pakistan, they say it is democracy, but it is not. See, in Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf, he led a military coup in October 1999. And he overthrew the democratically elected government and declared himself as the chief executive of the country. And later he changed his designation as president. And again, he gave a referendum stating that he can rule, the extension of rule for 5 more years. So that referendum was spoken out by the democratic activists, as well as the press said that referendum is nothing but it is a malpractice or a fraud. But still, but in Pakistan, General Musharraf, he laid in 2002, he started legal framework order. That legal framework order gave that the president can dismiss the national as well as the provincial assemblies. So every power came in the hands of this particular leader. And again, wherever the elections were conducted, they were elected. Take nation-wise as well as the state-wise, the leaders are elected. And they did nothing. The final decision rested in the hands of Musharraf, and with the Senate, where the Senate was assembled by number of military officers. So military officers as well as Musharraf ruled the country, whereas the other people who are the representatives did not rule the country. So external powers ruled the country. Is it democracy, children? No, it is not democracy. In Pakistan, they say just whatever the features they are following, but still the power is in the hands of the external powers. For example, here, Musharraf as well as military officers. And the people who are elected in the nation as well as the provincial assemblies, they were just having the power, but the whole final decision is in the hands of these people only. The people who are not elected. So people did not elect them, they are non-elected people, and they are ruling the country. So like that, indirectly we are going to speak about democracy. But actual feature of democracy is that in India, major decisions are taken by the elected leaders. Whereas in Pakistan, it is not done. So change the slide. Then again, same thing. What I told you now, the same thing is explained over here. See, the power is taken in the final decisions rest with the army, and the real power with some external powers, not elected representatives. Then what happened to the elected representatives? The assemblies and the nation, and the nation as a nation and the provincial assemblies are having their own representatives, but they don't have any decisions. They don't take any decisions. They're only for namesake, like how in ancient period the princes used to rule the particular provinces, whereas the head is in the center, at the center. Hindustan in ancient period also, the period it was like that, but still it is monarchy. But here they say that the power is in the hands of the representatives, but where it is not. Whereas the particular feature, major decisions are taken by the elected leaders only in India as well as in some democratic nations. Sir, you can change the slide. So next coming, again, the features of democracy is again repeated. So as soon as the democracy, the form of government starts, many questions arise among the people, that who is going to elect and who are going to be elected, where the power rests in, and what are the powers of these particular elected persons, and what are the powers of these non-elected officials in a democracy, and what kind of elections we are going to have in democratic system, and how these election system or electoral system is going to be prominent, how far it is applicable to the democracy. So these all questions will be arisen, whereas this is done in democratic nations. But children, those who say that they are following democracy, it is not meant that they follow all the principles of democracy. But India, because we are experiencing democracy, we can say that we follow it, and we are not just boasting, children. Compared to that of other countries, we don't manhandle any of the issues, as well as no violence is used in India, and brutal manner we are not treating people, whereas in some countries it happens. So change the slide. So among the features of democracy, the first feature is major decisions rest in the hands of the people. Sorry, the hands of the leaders. The people are, the power is in the hands of the people. The people are electing their representative, whereas the representative is taking care of the country. You can change the slide, sir. It is just. So again, just now I told you who are the citizens. Are the citizens are having the equal basis, equality is stressed here or not, and what kind of form of government in democracy we are going to have? Can the elected rulers do whatever they want to in democracy, or any limits are some limits are given to them, or the rights of the citizens are respected over here, or are they given any rights are given on equal basis? Any political equality is given? Just like that. I mean, democracy means all these questions arise, because these all are there in democracy. Children, whatever these points are there, these are the points or the features of democracy among the features. So first is over. Second is free and fair electoral competition. So by listening to this free and fair electoral competition, you can very well understand that. But here also, again, we are not going to speak about a country. We are going to speak about China. Whereas China is having communism, that is communist party is there in China, Chinese Communist Party. But here, any other party has to come to power, apart from Communist Party, any party has to come to the election system. In the election system, the people who want to contest for the elections, for example, 2002 to 3 they are talking about, here, that people should go and get the approval from the Communist Party of China, Chinese Communist Party. Without getting the approval, no person can contest for the elections. So what is there? Is it the policy? Is it the principle of democracy, children? No. Democracy means they have got equality. That is, every person can come to power. They need not take any approval or permission from anybody. But here in China, the other parties, the 8 allied parties are there along with the Communist Party of China. So any person who want to contest election, he should go get the approval from China. This is one type in China. And coming back to Mexico, you will be seeing that they got independence in the year 1930. Since their independence in Mexico, only one party is in power. That party is PRI party. PRI party means it is Institutional Revolutionary Party. So since 1930, only that party is coming to power. No other party they are allowing. That means, what do you understand? Some dirty tricks are played. They are not allowing other parties, opposition parties to come up. And here, teachers will tell to parents of all the schools that they should go and give their vote to this PRI party. That much influence they have got because the party became very popular, and they're stressing. Here in schools, teachers are requesting the parents to give their vote to PRI party, and even media is ignoring the malpractices done by this particular party. And sometimes at the last moment, polling booths are also shifted to other places and rigging happens. That means the particular party is playing the tricks, dirty tricks, and just coming out in power. So since it is having popularity, it is using more and more. It is spending a lots and lots of money in the election campaigns. And finally, it is only winning the elections. So that is the type of Mexico. So what do you think that in China and in Mexico, do we think that it is democracy? No, not at all. Here, because in China, the choice is not given to any party. They have to come and get the approval from the particular party. Whereas in Mexico, any other person is not given equal rights or equality in contesting for elections. Or only one party is there, the only single party, whereas they are not giving any prominence or importance to other opposition parties. So these two examples says that, are they free and fair electoral competition? No, not at all. Whereas in India, we are having free and fair electoral system. Change the slide, sir.
Ma'am, there's someone joined on the screen.
Who? So next, third type
Yes,
is one
someone
person,
is
one
on.
vote.
Ma'am, we are not able to hear you clearly.
No, hello.
Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Wait. Mute everyone first. Done. Jalex ma'am, please talk. Please continue.
Yes, yes. The other feature is, children, that is one person, one vote, one value. You know that very well. Every citizen in India have been given one vote, right to vote. That is, universal adult franchise. What is universal adult franchise is? Every citizen in India have got, after attaining the age of 18 years, are getting the right to vote. That is universally it is done. Whereas in some other countries, that rights are denied. Which countries are? For example, in Saudi Arabia, women are not given right to vote. In Estonia, the people belonging to Russian minority group, they are not given right to vote. And in Fiji, Indian Fijians only are given right to vote, whereas, indigenous Fijians, that is the local people belonging to Fiji, are given right to vote, whereas Indian Fijians, some people who went and settled from India, they are called as Indian Fijians and they are not given right to vote. So racism is stressed over here. Even in Estonia, the Russian minority, the racism is here. And again, in Fiji also, the racism is stressed. That means in these three countries, the people are not, they need their right. Whereas, where is universal adult franchise? And where is one person? Yes, yes. Who is that?
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
Even if everyone's not given the right to vote, is it still called a democracy?
No. Democracy, everybody should be given vote. Equal rights. Everybody should get the vote. Irrespective of caste, creed, color, rich, poor, gender, religion, region, everything else. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, irrespective of that, every person is given right to vote in democracy. Now, we are speaking about, this is where, I mean, in universal adult franchise, that means one person will get one vote and that vote should have one value only. That is one feature of democracy. Sir, change the slide. Children, at last we'll clear the doubts. Please listen now. Okay. Now, rule of law and respect for rights. Another important feature is rule of law and respect for rights. Whereas we are again speaking about another country here, that is Zimbabwe. It attained independence from white minority in 1980. The country was ruled by ZANU-PF. That means Zimbabwe African National Union Patriotic Front. See, the name patriotic is stressed here, but no patriotism. Whereas the party that led by freedom struggle, they have won, and its leader was Robert Mugabe. In Zimbabwe, they got independence, and its leader was Robert Mugabe. He was ruling, but his elections are held regularly, and wins the elections always because it is a popular party and by unfair, like how in Mexico we have seen the dirty tricks are played by only one party. Like that here also, these people are using unfair practices, and there is no opposition party workers, and they are not harassed at all, and they'll be harassing all these opposition party people, and some meeting of the opposition party will be disrupted by this popular party, and television and radio is controlled by the ruling party. And if they are given some cases are also filed on this particular ruling party, but they will ignore, the ruling party people will ignore it, and they will mismanage with the judges, and the judges will be transferred, or at least they'll be pressurizing the judges. So even the media has got no right to, it is also controlled by the ruling party only. It will be speaking, the newspaper run by the private individuals also. Sir, change the slide. So this particular party called as ZANU PF only was in power. That means free and fair elections are not done, that they are not giving any respect to the citizens. All the citizens are harassed in this brutal manner, that we call that, whereas it is one among the features that respecting the rights of the citizens is not given in this particular countries. And there are some conditions to be applied by the government. That means democratic means democratic government cannot do whatever it likes. See, even a person after coming saying that democracy is the form of government, and he cannot do after coming to power whatever he is liking. That means people will wait and see. Wait and see. I mean, they will be waiting at tit for tat. They will take their turn. By the 5th year, they will give their votes to somebody else. Next elections, next term, they will not give him a votes. And second term, the person will not be elected at all. So they think that people are not smart. And it has respect some rights of the minorities. See, in democracy, we should, respect the rights of minorities, because some people who are minor in number, for example, Anglo-Indians, Muslims, Christians, these people are called as minorities, and we should respect them, because we can't say they're less in number, no need to give them some rights, or no need to add them up in the constitutional level or the election system. Anything, we are not. Every right should be given to each and everybody, because all the people are equal in front of law. Equality, right to equality is stressed over here. Then every major decisions has to go through a series of consultation. The ruler, the leader, after coming to power in democracy, he cannot rule accordingly whatever he is wishing or whatever his will. Like that, he cannot go. He had to consult with many number of the group of ministers. The council of ministers are there. The ministryships are there around him. So he has to take the permission, or he has to consult. All the approval should be taken from the President of India. In India, we are speaking. So like that, the rule will go ahead in democracy. So change the slide. So why define democracy is that very well, you understand the phrase given by Abraham Lincoln, that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It has become one of the important phrase, because he, being the 16th president of United States, he ruled from 1861 to 1865, and he gave a particular phrase to democracy, that power rests in the hands. The supreme power is vested in the hands of the people, and it is exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under a free electoral system. So you are aware of all this, children, election system, electoral system, and we have got, this is the dictionary meaning, that government is by the people, where the supreme power rests in the hands of the people. So free elections are held after every 5 years. Every 5 years, the term is given for our election system. So change the slide. This is defining of democracy. Next. So coming back to merits of democracy, children, again we are here dealing with another country called China. See, in 1958 to 1961, China have been affected by famines. But whereas that country did not take any steps, any welfare measures or beneficiary measures for the people, for the sake of people. Whereas even in India also, sometimes we are also undergoing some famine, but not compared to that of in China. In 1958 to 61, it became a disaster, that where many people lost their lives, many deaths occurred. And in India, only less, the famine is not of that much extent, but still in India, people they respond immediately. They look into the food scarcity in a way that India responds. It is called that India is having the best form of government, that is democracy. Whereas in China, they will never care that whatever happens to the people. That is the difference between. And you can also compare that China is a well-developed country compared to that of India. But still, India, though it is not that much developed country, but still we are moving ahead with that particular merit called, we respond to people. We take immediate action for the people. We will protect the people. That only happens here in India. Change the slide, sir. That is one among the merit of democracy. That is being the good government or just government it is. Just a form of government is democracy. Then again, it provides the way in India, suppose, because India is a country consisting of different regions, different languages, and different castes, and many diversities are seen in India. In spite of that, our democracy is able to solve the differences and conflicts, because India is called a secular country, you know very well, children. That means we are, though many religions are there, we don't give any importance to particular religion only. We are not disrespecting any religion, and we will not add up any religion's phrases or whatever the features of their religion into our constitution. That is why we are giving equality, and equal level is given to almost all the people belonging to different castes, different regions, different languages, different religions, and different creed or color or whatever it is. That is why democracy is able to provide solutions to the problems of coming out with differences and conflicts. And you can say in democracy, nobody is the winner and nobody is the loser. That means everybody are equal before the law. Even in democracy, you can't claim that only such and such person, so and so person, because he is rich or anything, no discriminations or disparities is shown. Sir, change the slide. Then again, the same thing, children, coming back to decision making. Democracy is based on consultation. That means the king is not becoming, the leader, after elected by the election system, he will not become an autocrat. He can't rule as he likes. That means he should consult and have discussions, and then he should rule the country. And then mistakes. It is a possibility is there that they can clear the mistakes, and decision should be taken, and after consultation and approvals, everything else. And in democracy also, there is a chance for clearing the mistakes or changing the mistakes, coming out of the mistakes. But if the leader is not changing his mistakes, the leader will be changed at last by the people. That is the slogan for democracy. So change the slide. Then again, it enhances among the merits of this democracy. It enhances the dignity of citizens. So as I told you, political equality is gone, whereas in China, that particular party, people who want to contest for election should go and get approval of somebody else. Here it's not like that. Everybody is having political equality. You can very well, if you are affordable, you can spend lots and lots of money. You can also contest for elections if you are having all the qualifications whichever are needed for that. And for any of the post like prime ministership, presidentship, if you are having that much, and even ministers, you want to become also, you can. If you are that much popular or influential person, and you can understand that you will get many votes, majority of votes by your people, because you are doing service to the nation, then definitely you will have that much equality, political equality, and that enhances the dignity of citizens. And we have got some rights are also given to the citizens, that particular fundamental rights, and nobody is going contrary to our rights, and if it happens, they will be punished by law. This very well you know, children. Yes.
Ma'am, the meeting is going to end in 4 minutes.
Yeah. Over.
It will
We
end
are
in...
finishing. Only demerits we have to. Yeah. So now we have spoken about merits of democracy. Now it is demerits. Demerits means they say that there is no stability. That means every 5 years the leader is changing. But if the leader is not changing, what will happen, children? The leader will become an autocrat, or he will become a dictator. So it is good actually, but people say that it is one of the demerit, that there is no stability of leader. The leaders keeps on changing every 5 years. And the power play, many people are going ahead of morals. Morality is not there. And because due to political competition, they want to earn more and more, and the power or thirst for that particular seat or politics is more among the people, and they are not doing anything service with interest, and not doing for the sake of people. Even some demerits are there, that you can't boast ourselves that democracy is having only good features and good merits, and we are also running out with some demerits and disadvantages also in the electoral and election system. Sometimes it happens, but nothing else. It is not hidden at all. People will immediately, the freedom of press is given in democracy, and immediately that will be stressed, and the people will come to know, and they will be punished by law. Next slide, sir. So broader meaning of democracy, children, finally it is the last thing, that is what is the broader meaning means. We are giving importance to people, and people are electing the representatives, and on behalf of people only everything will go. The provisions, the law is done for the sake of the public or the people only. That is a broader meaning. And whatever that decisions they're making in introducing the reforms or law or acts, that a particular study is made in that, easily they are not giving out their own, anonymously they are not given out. They have to deal with consultations and agreements and everything. It is running under a process, and according to constitution only we are ruling our country. Next, sir. This is the textual content, children, as per this particular what is democracy and why democracy. Sir, play the video, sir. That is all same thing, same matter. Sir, you can play video, or children, you want to ask any questions, you can ask.
Ma'am, it's only 2 minutes. Can we ask questions?
Yes, yes, ask. It is okay, sir. That yeah.
Get any homework?
Homework is that you read this lesson, you underline the points whichever we have spoken today, and you have to write any of our suggestions, the feedback of that particular points, what you understood, and how can you say that you liked it or not, anything else. Any of your feedback should be given, but you should read the lesson and write all the points. Okay, that is only yes. And also I want you to make a table of democratic nations one side and non-democratic nations, the data. You write a data, collect from the internet, and write what yeah, you write what are democratic nations and what are non-democratic nations, and what that particular non-democratic nations are having which form of government. Okay, that is the project line. You do in the A4 sheet, a colorful A4 sheet with colorful pens you should write, and you mention like a table you make. And you can also write who is that what type of government is there in non-democratic nations. How many you will take? Nearly 15 nations.
Ma'am,
Yes.
it should be submitted.
Gone. Time gone.
You will submit after coming to school only. How you will submit now?
Okay, ma'am.
But you should have it because it is marks. We will add up for portfolio marks. Yes, yes. Tell me.
Ma'am, I got disconnected and just came back. So can you repeat what you just said?
Who is that? No, how can it be time?
Aditi, wait. Aditi, you can get the video recorded. You take it from your friends and you can listen again.
Okay, sir.
So, children, did you all understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Gradually, by the content of
Yes,
the
ma'am.
topic, it is explained about all the countries in the world. Yes, yes. All the countries in the world. Just give reading to the lesson.